Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about multiplying and dividing integers. So you should be on the back of RN2. Now, multiplication and division of integers has their own set of rules, and they're actually a lot easier to remember than adding and subtracting. So, when I multiply a positive number times a positive number, I am going to get a positive number. I'm going to multiply like I always do, but my answer will be positive. When I multiply a negative number times a negative number, my answer will be positive. I'm going to multiply like I always do, but this time my answer is going to be positive. A positive divided by a positive is also positive. A negative divided by a negative is positive. So when my signs are the same, when I'm multiplying and dividing, my answer is positive. I'm going to do the computation as it says. So if it says multiply, I'm going to multiply. If it says divide, I'm going to divide. So now, when my signs are different, when I multiply a positive times a negative, my answer is going to be negative. When I multiply a negative times a positive, my answer is going to be a negative. When I divide a positive by a negative, my answer is going to be negative. And when I divide a negative by a positive, my answer is going to be negative. So when my signs are different, my answer is negative. When my signs are the same, it's positive. Now, a couple things we need to remember when we're working with multiplication and division. First of all, integers cannot be divided by 0. Okay, it is impossible to divide by 0. Now, be careful, because I can divide 0 by a number and I will get 0. But what I cannot do is divide a number by 0. Okay, that is not possible. Another way we say that is undefined. You cannot divide by 0. It is not possible. The other thing we need to look at are the way that when numbers are written as fractions. And when we have a number that's in fraction form with negative integers, those fractions are equivalent. And what I mean by that is it doesn't matter where the negative sign is. It can either be in front of the fraction, it can be in front of the numerator, or in front of the denominator. The whole fraction is negative. And if you look on a number line, you're going to find those negative fractions to the left of 0. So for example, if I have negative 3/4, I could put the negative sign in front of negative 3/4. I could put the negative sign in front of the 3, or I could put the negative sign in front of the 4. Either way, that fraction is negative, whether it's in the middle, in the numerator, or in the denominator. Remember that that fraction line actually means division. So, let's look at some examples. All right, number 1, negative 2 times positive 6. Well, my signs are different, so I know that my answer is negative. 6 times 2 is 12. Negative 12 is my answer. Negative 20 divided by 5. Remember that fraction line means divide. This means negative 20 divided by 5. Again, my signs are different, so I know my answer is negative. 20 divided by 5 is 4. My answer is negative 4. Number 3, my signs are different, so I know my answer is negative. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Now, notice number 4. I have a negative 36 and a negative 6. That means negative 36 divided by negative 6. My signs are the same, so I know my answer is positive, And in this case, it is positive 6. Now, look at number 5. I'm multiplying 3 numbers. That's fine. You can multiply them right in order. So, 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Negative 9 times negative 1 is positive 9. Positive times a negative is a negative. Negative times a negative is positive. Okay. You could actually multiply your two negatives first, get a positive, and then multiply that by 3. It doesn't matter. On number 6, notice again I have a fraction line, so that means I have to multiply the two numbers in the numerator first. So negative 2 times negative 10 is positive 20. Divide that by negative 4. That means 20 divided by negative 4. 20 divided by negative 4 is negative 5. Number 7, 40 divided by negative 8. Again, positive divided by a negative is negative. 40 divided by 8 is 5. My answer is negative 5. Notice that if it says multiply, that's exactly what I'm doing. Number 8, negative 8 times negative 3 is positive 24 times negative 2. Positive 24 times negative 2 is negative 48. Number 9, 72 divided by negative 9. One's positive, one's negative, so I know my answer is negative. 72 divided by 9 is 8. My answer is negative 8. Negative times a positive, I know my answer is negative. 8 times 7 is 56, so my answer is negative 56. On number 11, negative 8 times positive 3 is negative 24. Then I'm going to multiply negative 24 times negative 2, which is going to give me positive 48. And here again on number 12, negative 36, 2 times negative 18 is negative 36. This means negative 36 divided by negative 36, which is positive 1. If you have any questions, bring them to class tomorrow.